This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day, welcome to Effing One, Australia's little Aussie Battlers podcast for the connoisseur of Formula One who like to wash down their hearty Formula One appetite with a couple of Aussie blokes who don't hold back telling it like it is. It's the perfect balance of poor taste, inappropriate behaviour, and unwanted sexual advances. If you're not sure if this podcast is for you, you should stop listening right now. We won't be offended, but we will call you a stuck-up, spineless douchebag when you're halfway out the door. Good. You're still here.
I'm here.
They're here. Then welcome, friend. We won't let you down. This is the mildly amusing podcast you've been searching for. So, sit down, get comfy, and shut the hell up! Because two slightly overweight middle-aged Aussie blokes are talking Formula One. Oh, I felt good. I felt so good. I felt nice. Hello,
It's a
Luke.
nice release.
It's a release. It's exactly what it is.
You're with the family the whole week. You give that opportunity to get that. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Do you ever get to say that to the kids?
Never.
And go, it's part of the podcast, kids. You
Yeah.
won't understand. Just
No.
shut the hell up.
In fact, I play the podcast when I want to tell them off. I play the intro. If they're being bad, I play the intro to this podcast.
Do we still have the vomit-free
Oh,
guarantee?
do we ever, Luke? Oh, I'm glad you mentioned it, Luke. Oh, by the way, Dan Ricciardo is on hold. Dan, the
Ooh,
personality
we've got
Ricciardo, is on this little
You've
podcast.
been waiting for so many podcasts for this moment to happen.
Yes, Luke.
And it's happening
It's
tonight.
finally happening. Dan Ricciardo, Australia's greatest ever Formula One racer. Sorry, Luke.
Wait, this is Sir Jack Brabham won 3 world
No,
championships.
Luke. And it's not
One in
Mark.
a car he made and
Yeah,
designed.
different.
The only man to ever have done that.
Different time, Luke. Different time. It was only him and two other guys.
Alan Jones.
That's right. Alan Jones was
1980
the other one.
Formula One world champion.
Sorry, Luke. It's not Mark Webber. It's Dan Ricciardo.
Oh.
And he's on this little beautiful podcast today. Dan Ricciardo from the McLaren
about
Formula One team
fucking time.
is on the podcast. Just putting it right there. It's top sell. It's a forward sell right at the top. Selling the wares.
Getting the listeners enticed for what's about to happen.
Tempting you for some more juicy morsels
Should
you're going
we
to
do
enjoy.
an undersell? Shouldn't we go, this might be a bit shit?
Oh, well, I think yeah. I mean, we don't have to say that because
Okay.
I think,
won't edit that
I think
out.
it's assumed. When you hear the intro, you go, oh,
yeah.
this is going to be a bit shit. And then we've
a bit shit guarantee.
but then we say Dan Ricciardo's on the podcast.
yeah.
And then as a listener, you go, oh, maybe it's not so shit.
No,
So
he's
we
on
don't-
hold.
We don't have to say we're shit because I think it's assumed.
given.
It's a given. Yeah. A big show, mate. Big show. The Sochi wrap up. It's been a while. It's been a while, Sochi.
I love a good rap.
Great fucking race, though. The Turkish GP preview, going to get into that. Tantalising. Love a bit of Turkey action. It's 2-in-1 pod. And, of course, proudly brought to you by the Effing One charity. Hand jobs for the homeless. Because why should the homeless miss out on getting a wristy?
Wristies for the refugees.
That's another good. Is that a different charity or is that the same? Is it a branch of the same charity?
It's a branch of. Yeah.
It's an offshoot.
Yeah. We're trying to spread the word.
Yeah.
And it's not everyone's homeless. Some people are just refugees coming from another country, and you know what? They need hand relief too.
Some people just try to sneak in just for a free hand job.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of boat
regular-
people from Papua New Guinea that just come over.
Yep.
And you know what? We send them back,
So,
but we give them a quick
yeah.
wristy, and then off you fuck.
It makes it easier for them to turn around and go back after they've had a wristy.
Oh yeah, they're so much more relaxed.
Yeah.
They go back to their war-torn civilization
Correct.
and shithole and go,
Yeah.
that was worth it.
Yeah. I mean, we did spend 3 months on a leaky boat, but on the upside,
Did
free.
our rocks off.
We got a free hand job.
Yeah. And our
Let's call
Australian
it square.
defence first.
Let's call it square.
You're looking for a better life. You're not. You're going to get a hand job.
Yeah. I feel like we've taken a turn for the
Has this got anything to do with Formula?
Has
Well,
this
it's our
got- what?
charity for the Nerang Grand Prix.
Of course it is, Luke.
It's
Thank
just-
you. Yes.
We're trying to get a Grand Prix in Nerang, which is one of
Yep.
the affluent cities of...
Of the Gold
it's not really a
Coast.
city.
No.
What would you call it?
Besides a shithole, it's like a satellite city. It's like a suburb. It's like a suburb, like a dingy suburb of Nerang.
Yep, it would.
Yeah.
Squalor,
Yeah, squalor.
suburb, squalor, same
Yep.
thing. And that's Nerang.
That's Nerang.
You know,
In fact,
the teen pregnancy and joblessness is through the roof.
oh God,
Unemployment through the roof.
absolutely.
And, you know, there's a couple of teeth amongst them.
Yeah, but you do have an update
And they are, yeah, I do. That's for later.
for the Nerang GP. It's the very own Effing One podcast proposal for 2022.
We're
getting
trying
it-
to get it on. The calendar hasn't come out yet. Melbourne keeps tripping up on sucking down COVID.
Useless.
Just bring it on up to us.
There's nothing up here. We don't have that problem. We don't have the COVID problem up here. It's a great place for a Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's too hot for COVID.
That's right.
COVID's like, no, thank
It
you.
won't spread.
No.
That doesn't sound very scientific. Let's not. We are not. Just a bit of a warning. We are not doctors.
Yes, and this
If we-
podcast is not fully vaccinated.
No. And if we do give you medical advice, I would probably get a second opinion.
I mean, I spent a good couple of weeks at a gynecologist's office.
That was a hobby. You're volunteering because you said it was your new hobby.
Apparently, that's not a medical license, but
But it's amazing how many vaginas you got to see.
I saw a lot. And I'll tell you one thing, they all don't look the same. And if I, decide that I don't want to be around a vagina ever again, you would understand what I saw. It's like war.
Yeah.
I've seen some things, man.
You can never go back once you've seen that.
Seen some things. I didn't know it could fold, tuck, bend, and smell that bad. But it did.
It didn't put you off?
And that was just one woman.
Oh, God.
She was from Nerang.
Oh, well, there you go. See, Luke.
There's an open door policy at the gynecology in Nerang. There's Waltz on in. There's a viewing platform. Sometimes it has a bit of an echo, but that just depends on the lady. There goes that
big-
vomit-free guarantee right there.
Big podcast tonight, Luke. Big podcast. Big podcast. There will be some Formula One news somewhere amongst this rubbish. So, Robert Kubica's on the podcast, Luke. Four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel is on this podcast.
What a man.
Oh, my God.
What a driver.
Toto Wolff, another huge name. And we're going to hand out some awards as well. And, of course, we do have our, as you mentioned earlier, FM1 podcast, puke-free guarantee. If something triggers your gag reflex within the next hour and a half, if it hasn't already, that would be surprising. But if it does trigger your gag reflex and you do have a little vomit, the rule is the vomit has to come out of the mouth. It doesn't count if you vomit in your mouth and you swallow it again. That doesn't count. It has to exceed and pass by the mouth and the lips. We do guarantee to come over to your place and clean up the mess.
And you can't be gagging on a sizable penis
Correct.
while listening to the podcast. It has to be purely on what we say.
Yes, exactly. You can't be choking on cock, only on this podcast.
That's right. That goes for those Icelandic cock gobblers over there.
They love cock.
And they love going a little bit too deep
Yes.
and then trying to blame it on us.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good to push the limits. It's always nice to know where the reflexes, the gag begins and ends.
That's where it ends.
That's where it ends. Let's hand out some awards, Luke, because fresh from the Sochi Grand Prix, we've had these awards hanging around. Producer Pete,
It's got dust.
Producer Pete is around here somewhere. He's been busy whittling the awards, so let's get into them because
Pete's keeping it on the levels.
good. First award up for the Sochi GP is the Green Award. There it is, right there, Luke. Who wins a Green Award? Environmental footprint, reducing the impact on the planet.
So the first retirement of the race, we're giving to Mick Schumacher.
Ah,
Junior Schumacher. He, since he retired early, saved some fuel, lowered his carbon footprint. He's thinking of the planet. It's nice that Haas are back on doing that again.
yeah. That's what their rightful place as the Green Award winners. The UG E-Day Award, Luke, is the next one. Here it is. For wasting people's time.
It's a heavy one. We're giving that to Daddy Boy, Lance Stroll. He turned up. He was in a decent position, and then he thought he could drive on ice. And just as he said to his team, "Yep, I can continue. I can stay out," he then spun and hit the wall.
Fuck.
Which was nice. He just kind of got out of the way of everyone. So,
He's useless. But a worthy winner of the UG Ide Award. Well done to you,
wasting
Lance
everyone's
Troll.
time. Well done.
The Pastor Maldonado Award. Oh, that's a heavy one.
Yeah.
That's big.
So it's a two-parter. I'm giving it to two people because they deserved it so well.
Yes.
Pastor Maldonado. Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, sure, he won the race.
Oh, boy.
But he had an excursion in practice and in qualifying. He's managed to hit the wall
Oh, jeez.
and break his front wing. And he hit his front jackman.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman was just in front. And he just barged straight into him, knocked him over, knocked him on his ass. And then he blamed the magic, the brake magic shit that he pulled in Azerbaijan.
Oh, of course.
He has to blame someone else. They put a shroud around
Oh,
it to
no.
make it, user-friendly. No, he blamed it again, knocked over Hugh, and he fell on his ass. Hugh Jackman is fine. He's
Poor
back
old-
to singing in musicals.
Good. Good, because that's where he belongs.
Damn you, Jackman.
Damn you, Jackman.
And Lance Stroll for being a Lance.
Yep.
And, it started raining. He just basically turned straight in on his teammate who
Yeah.
was overtaking him around the outside. Says he didn't see him there. You can't blame spray or anything else. That's the second week in a row Lance has hit Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, Lance.
And there were no repercussions from his team.
Of course not. Of course not. Are they going to be in the same team together next year?
Yes,
they are.
they
They're
will.
both contracted. I mean,
How long do they keep Stroll in the car?
how
for?
long can Stroll be there?
How long can Stroll afford to put Stroll in the car?
Well, he's got a lot of money. I guess they don't mind losing places when they could be doing better. You got that much cash. That's what's wrong with Formula One, Luke.
But if you have
That's the biggest problem with Formula One is these billionaires putting their kids in.
let's say it's your kid, right? You're a wealthy. Let's just say
I'd
you're.
say, Lance,
How long do you give him?
you're shit. You're not. No, Daddy's not buying you a team.
Stop crying.
Stop crying. And fuck off.
So if your kids turn up to dance class
Yep.
and they're a bit shit,
I'd say stick to ballet, Lance. Stick to the Alps with your skis and your snowfields and ballet.
fuck off.
Fuck off.
That's good. I like that.
You don't buy him a team, Luke. He can't drive.
He can drive into the side of his teammate.
Well, that's all he can do.
Yeah.
The next award is the Lick It and Send It Award, Luke. Or best overtaking manoeuvre.
Well, speaking of the Stroll Vettel incident, I'm giving it to Sebastian Vettel for sticking it around the outside. Still got clattered. Still went around him in the wet. They both had dry tyres on.
Yep.
Did a fantastic job going around the outside.
Yep.
Good job, Sebastian
Well
Vettel.
done, Sebastian
We'll talk to him soon.
Vettel. The FE1 podcast award, Luke, making Formula One great again.
Now, I'm giving it to McLaren
Yep.
for 2 races in a row.
Yep.
They're in the lead. They could have won the Sochi race in Russia.
Heartbreaking.
So close.
Heartbreaking.
Poor Lando.
Orlando.
His team didn't go, no, come into pits.
Well, they did. They kind of said, "Now come in," and he's the one that said
So
no.
do you think he can stay out? It's like, yeah, I think I can because he just thought it was raining on 4 corners. Turns out it was raining on all corners.
But did Lando not say, "No, I'm not coming in"? No. Wasn't the order come in now? And he said no.
No, it was Lewis who said that.
Uh,
And then they're like, no, come in.
right.
It's going to continue to rain. And I'm glad Lewis said afterwards that, yeah, it was, they were right. I was wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often.
No.
He
No.
normally puts his arms out, says that
Yeah.
he's God and all that shit. And
Yeah.
we all move on. But no, he put some humility
Yep.
and said, I was wrong. The team was right. We win as a team.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for them, he wouldn't have his 100th Grand Prix win.
No, that's
He's
true.
racked up the 100, put up
Yep.
the cricket bat, salute
Yep.
the crowd. You've got the ton. And you know what? Nikita Mazepin is only 100 race wins behind Lewis Hamilton. Only 100.
Oh, it doesn't. See, it's not that far when
Not
you think
that
of
far.
that. When you think of it like that,
Yeah, Nikita Mazepin isn't that shit. He's
Oh.
only 100 behind.
he'll get there.
Yeah.
He'll get there. The Speckled Jim Award, Luke. Who gets that? This is our very nice little 1, 2, 3. You pick your top 3 drivers.
Speckled Jim medal. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful medal.
It's a beautiful cock, commemorating that beautiful smooth cock. The
Smooth, bumpy.
featherless cock.
He had
Little-
3 feathers,
Yep,
none together. They were all over the place.
all over the shop. Great fighting cock, wasn't he?
Well,
He's
great.
the motto, the emblem, the heart
He's a
and
great
soul.
personality
He's a personality.
of cockfighting.
Like,
Wouldn't say he was a great fighter.
No, but he had personality.
He was the punching bag of cockfighting.
People would laugh when they saw it. He made people laugh. He was an
brought-
entertainer.
He brought comedy
He brought
into the...
the cock ring.
That's when I can't get it up. I bring comedy into the cock ring.
That's what you do, Luke. What a beautiful bird he was. Anyway, we won't dwell because we get upset when we think about him.
So give the 3-2-1
Yep.
for best on ground, best on track. Anyone who did a good job on the weekend. So we're giving. I'm giving 3 votes to Max Verstappen
Oh, okay.
from last to second.
the Dirty Dutchman.
The
Yeah.
Dirty Dutchman. I don't like him,
Nah, who does?
but credit where credit's due. Man came from last.
Well, he got exceptionally lucky as well. There was a huge element of luck.
Of course there is. It was huge lucky for Lewis. It was unlucky for Lando.
Yes, that's true.
And Fernando Alonso was sitting third before
Yes.
the rain really hit. And I was
That's-
like, yes, Alonso's going to get a podium.
Yes.
Lando's going to win.
Yes.
I was
You were excited.
yelling,
You
punching,
were punching
standing
shit.
up. Yeah. Pete, the poor man, he's
Yep.
bruised.
Yep.
But yeah, it's so 3 votes for Max Verstappen, 2 votes for Carlos Sainz.
Yep.
Gets on the podium, got the lead at turn 1-2.
Yep.
And then kept the lead for a few laps before his tyres started to grain, and
Yes.
Lando made the overtake and made it stick and overtook for the race lead. And then he just drove well, made the right calls, and got out there and came third.
Yes.
Solid effort, and one to Lewis Hamilton for getting the win. Yeah,
Fortunate. A fortunate win.
very fortunate.
But didn't it make those last, 3 laps, 5 laps, absolutely bloody entertaining?
Yep.
The whole race came alive.
Yep.
You thought it was a foregone conclusion. Little Chuck Norris, gee, he did a great job, didn't he? He's a good little driver. He's in tune with that bloody McLaren. He's a freak.
He is.
He's a future world champion. He's bloody good. But how's the luck? The rain, Lewis... just coming and when he's sliding around like he's on roller skate, and he's like, no, you need to get into the pits. You're too far from the pits. You're screwed.
Yeah,
It was just a disaster.
It was horrible. It was bad to see. Such a good race from him.
Yeah.
Lewis in the dry. Lewis didn't have him.
If it was dry, Lando wins that.
Lando wins that.
Just the
and
last 5 laps when the rain came down.
Poor bastard. So we'll see. Hopefully, he gets a win this year
Yeah.
because he's had a phenomenal
Yeah.
year. He deserves a race win. He deserved it at the Sochi
Yep.
Grand Prix, but
Yep.
unfortunately, he just missed out.
Having said that, it is nice that it was Dan that broke the drought for McLaren.
Oh yeah, it's
That's always nice,
very
isn't
nice.
it? Yeah.
But Lando did get fastest lap. Driver of the day means absolutely nothing as he cried himself to sleep on Sunday night, and Mercedes had the fastest pit stop.
See, I don't think you should get driver of the day if you cry yourself to sleep.
Oh,
There's got to be a rule. Doesn't
think-
you
I think
still have to cop it on the
Sergio
chin?
Perez does that in most races.
Yeah,
he has a
that's
big
true.
cry. Valtteri Bottas, he'd be crying all the time.
What happened to Bottas in that? He was nowhere. He is not a good driver, Luke. He's not good.
No,
He's gonna. I think it's a wasted seat at Williams as well. He's holding up
yeah,
a
with
good driver
with
like Piastri
7
in
laps.
F2.
7 laps to go. You think early on they said to Bottas, you'll P5 is where we're aiming with the current speed and all
Yep.
that. No, we're fucking near P5, but where did you
Yep.
finish? P5.
P5,
Just on pure luck.
pure bloody
That
luck.
Motherfucker. And the Caviar Cup points goes to Nikita Mazepin and Stroll.
Yep.
That's all that Latifi was nowhere near George. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's
And
that's
George
it.
qualifying, was he third? That was impressive.
Yeah.
Element of luck, obviously, but so impressive.
Bit of moisture.
Yes.
Did a great job.
Yep.
Got onto the dries at just the right time. Got the pit stops to get on those soft tyres.
Yep.
Beautiful call. Love it. Love to
Beautiful.
see it. And I like when it's shaken up like that. And Daniel got a really good start when they went off the line, but he kind of got pinched out by George, and then he tried to went inside, and then there was someone there. I think it was
Yeah.
Stroll.
Yep.
And that just kind of
Just ruined his
fucked it royally.
race. But he came back in the end. I mean, he got a fourth, so, you know,
Fourth, not bad.
not bad at all.
Not too shabby.
There's someone that's been waiting in the wings during the whole podcast, Luke, and it is...
It's not Daniel Ricciardo. He's still on hold.
We have Dan Ricciardo on this podcast.
Later on.
He's on hold. This is amazing.
He's a very patient man.
He's very, 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 very
Thank you,
patient. But one
Daniel.
man who's not patient is this man, hand in the paddock, fist in the anus.
Oh, Robert.
Robert Kubica.
He's a busy man.
He's very number one COVID tester on the Formula One paddock. We love him. You love him. Play the jingle, Luke. Hand in the paddock. Hand in the paddock. It's hand in the paddock with Robert Kubica. Robert Kubica. Hey. Hey. I do love the new Polish national anthem. It's a ripper. It's a hey, the bottom. Hey, the bottom. Oh, it's fantastic. Robert, can you hear us? Robert. Hey, hello. I'm Robert Kubica. Hello. Hey, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Robert,
hey,
how you
hey.
going?
Where are you? I cannot see you. Please tell me, where's the TV screen? Oh, there you are. Hello. Why you are so small? Oh,
Sorry.
it is a TV screen. That is why.
Yes.
I am here live at the Turkish Grand Prix. Hello.
Had
Nice.
a good baklava this
I
weekend.
love the baklavas. They have Turkey has a lovely baklava. I do like, they have, they make the very, very fine filo pastries. And they put the honeys and the pistachios. And I think also some walnuts.
You know, you've ever thought about having a balaclava made of baklava?
Oh, look.
You could eat it while you drive.
That would be delicious. You're such a clever guy.
I'm an ideas man.
You are such an ideas man.
it's not very
You're
fireproof.
you're fucking ugly, but you are an idea. And that's saying something. That come from me.
I know, it's no greater insult you can get from Robert Kubica saying that I'm ugly.
Sorry, my people say my laugh
The
is...
Polish humour.
That's my Polish laugh.
So fluid.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. You know that I was going to make a follow-up joke. Please stay with me. You know that when Robert Kubica tells you you're fucking ugly, you must be fucking ugly. As I'm Robert Kubica, I'm the world's ugliest man.
Hey, Robert,
Yes,
I can do two
please.
hands like this.
Yes, I see it. I
Can
see
you
that.
do that? No, you can't. Shut the fuck
You're
up,
making
ugly
fun
cunt.
of cripple. Why you make fun of cripple, Luke?
That's all
Not
I've
funny.
got.
You're stooping very low, Luke. Low bar when it comes to your humor level.
I'm ugly and low.
Oh my goodness, what a combination!
So you've been testing this weekend. You've
Yes.
tested
Yes.
Dr. Ian Roberts and Alan van der Merwe.
I was right inside Van der Merwe, right inside the Merwe.
And what did you taste?
Oh my lord! I tell you what, he needs to change his diet somewhat. I tell you, he's not eating his greens.
No,
No,
he's Dutch.
he's having lots of snacks and snacks. I think he says he's from Dutchland. He's got the Van der Merwe with him.
Oh, no, actually, I think he's South African.
Oh yes,
same.
That's where all the
We hate them just as much.
That's where the dirty Dutchmen, they went to the South Africas. Yes, I tell you, tastes like a chocolate, it tastes like a bag of old chocolate left into sun.
Oh, no.
In the sun when the cows have come over and shat on top of it.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's not my favorite anus. I have tasted many anus.
And Dr. Ian Roberts?
Dr. Ian Roberts tastes like a doctor should taste.
Clinical, clean,
Yes.
but with COVID.
Yes, like a bleach. It tastes like a little bit of bleach, but COVID.
Will you be
Yeah.
driving the medical car this weekend?
I think I will be
You're
driving
going to
the
try and get in there?
Yes, I will be testing myself. Your little test when you are going for the driving. So I'll be putting the testing finger right inside my own anus. It's been a while. I've not tested myself. I forget which hole to put it in sometimes. I don't know. You have.
What other holes could you put it in?
This is my nose. Why would I find COVID in there?
You could fit
Doesn't
that
it?
whole gammy arm up your nose.
Yes,
quite sizable.
Yes, please easily. What other orifice do I have on my body that could I insert in? My mouth. I'll find my anus. I'll find it.
I'm sure.
Don't worry.
You'll find it.
Yes, I'll be fine.
It'll come naturally.
Yeah. Yes, it's great. I'm very happy to be here. Please, thank you. Poland sends its regard. My wife,
Say hi to your beautiful
my
cunt.
beautiful cunt, my beautiful cunt wife. Thank you for teaching me these wonderful words in English.
The language of love.
The language of love. Thank you, guys. I most appreciate. And now I have to go test Nicholas Latifi. Yes, because he is a dirty, shitty billionaire. Okay, guys. Goodbye. Thank you very much. Bye.
Goodbye. Robert
That's
Kubica.
Robert Kubica. How about that, eh?
He left his camera on.
He did leave his
Oh,
camera.
no. Look. Oh, Latifi.
Poor Latifi.
It's like a baboon's ass.
Oh, God.
It's all red and inflamed.
He had no idea that was coming.
This is Daddy's hole?
How
What kind
far?
of tattoo is that?
How fast is he when he sneaks up?
Oh, yeah.
Robert Kubica. He's like a bloody...
He's a cheater.
He's like a cheater. He's like a secretive little cheater. He's so quiet. He's so stealth-like. He's very good at his job.
Sometimes he hides in the cars. You wouldn't think there's enough space, but he's there. He's digit ready.
He's like one of those animals that can like morph into a different shape. He morphs into a seat.
You see when they do their pit stops and there'll be two guys on the either side holding the halo.
Yes.
The other hand, he's got a little panel just to the side. Just a quick test. Put the car back down. He only has like 2.5, 3 seconds to do it. Open the compartment, stick the finger in, stick it out, close the compartment, and the car is dropped and ready to go.
Yes. I've seen that. I've seen that.
So everyone just keep an eye out for the pit stops. If you see Robert come in,
Yep.
go through the secret compartment, test some of our drivers for COVID.
Well, that's the FIA's policy now. It's like when you lift up the car on the jack to get the tyre up, but there's now a new hole, which is directly under the seat of the driver. And that's where Robert has easy access randomly. You'll be sitting there.
He's on one of those mechanic things. They
Yeah.
slide under your car when they're
Yes.
checking your oil.
Yes.
They slide him in and then they pull him out really quickly.
Yeah.
Before the car drops.
Yep. Hey.
And he's out.
That's why you're not allowed to wear any pants. There's a new rule, you can't wear pants now.
That's why
in the
they've made
cockpit.
the pit stops a little bit slower now.
Yeah,
Red
and-
Bull have taken it to the extreme, how
Yes.
slow they're going. But yeah,
And the suits have that little hole,
there's a flap,
the flap.
the butt flap.
Yeah, just for Robert. It's great. It's forward thinking from the FIA.
You've got to keep people safe.
Got to be safe, Luke.
And they've got to have a butt flap in your overalls.
Absolutely. Big podcast coming up, Luke. Did I
what's
mention that Robert Kubica was on the podcast? We just had him.
We just had him. He was
Yeah,
good.
very, very good.
Entertaining.
What a highlight.
Insightful. He called me ugly.
I know. Fancy that. Can't believe that. Dan Ricardo's on this podcast.
I can't argue with him.
No. Dan Ricardo, he's on hold. We're going to speak to him in just a second.
can't wait.
Sebastian Vettel, Toto Wolff. Very exciting. Now, let's talk about this this Turkish GP.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Oh, I'm
We've got some.
I do apologise. I'm way ahead
I
of
know
my...
you like to fast forward through the podcast like everyone else does, but I want to go through some tips.
Tips, please. The rant. The Luke rant.
Yes, I'll get
Do
on
we
to
have
the
that?
dishonourable and honourable mentions.
Good.
I've got the tips. Jimmy 12, Pat 14, Marcus 13, myself 11. I dropped the ball last.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh, dear.
Cliff 13. But out in front, it's Jimmy on 206, Cliff 203, myself and Pat at 199, Marcus 190, Adam on 161.
Still time?
There's plenty of time. Haymakers. You got to throw some haymakers.
Some haymakers.
But for some dishonourable mentions for the Sochi Grand Prix, the Russian. Well, let's just say it was a good Grand Prix until it
That was a
rained.
good... Well, that was exciting, though.
So, Lance Stroll.
Yep.
Basically, he's going to be in dishonourable mentions every Grand Prix.
Yes.
Because he's a bit shit.
He's a bit shit.
For the second race in a row, making contact with his teammate, and they asked him, "Can you stay out?" And I think they meant, "Can you stay out of everyone's way?" So he slid off, he hit the wall, and then he came back onto the track for some reason. No one cared if he kept going, mate. Just get out of the way. It would have been
Yes.
nice. Maybe don't come back.
Yep.
Nikita Mazepin,
He's fucking hopeless.
useless.
Absolutely useless.
Just because who he is.
Yep.
The wandering hands of a sex pest. Home Grand Prix and nothing to write home about. That's Nikita Mazepin's weekend. Giovinazzi's trying to keep his drive. He's trying to stay at
Doing
Alpha.
his best, isn't he?
And all he's doing is spinning and crashing.
He's gone.
He's trying to keep his seat. Is he a nice guy? Yes.
Yes,
Should he
he's
be in
nice.
F1?
No.
No.
No, he shouldn't.
No amount of Pantene is
No.
going to keep that lusty hair in Formula One. Leclerc, outdriven by Sainz. Also, stayed out on track with Stroll. Norris, the whole little trio of boys just stayed out and
Yep.
fought the wet. And you can't do that.
No.
What I love when there was the battle with Perez, Alonso, and Leclerc. Leclerc really quickly overtook someone,
Yep.
and then he went wide on the next corner.
Yep.
And then he'd quickly overtake someone, and then he'd go wide on the next corner. It's like, I've made the overtake, but you've also broke 50 metres after everyone else, and that's why he didn't make the corner. Come on, Leclerc, fix your shit. Alpha Tauri. Normally he thinks with an ex-Minardi team, you're used to having two drivers outside the points. But they really dropped the ball at a time when you capitalise on tricky conditions, and they
Yeah.
didn't.
No.
They dropped the ball. Gasly, where were you? Sonoda. Understandable, you're a bit shit.
Yes.
You know, he's very short.
Fair.
Maybe he can't see over the steering wheel.
True.
Maybe we can get some kind of booster seat
Oh, yes.
or the yellow pages. I don't know if they still
That's
make them, but just
good.
get him just to prop him up a little bit more
Yes.
so we can see.
He could borrow my kid's high chair.
Yeah,
Put that in there.
he'll fit in it. You stop looking at the sky and start looking at the track.
It's a good idea.
Those undulating tracks like Turkey this weekend. There's undulating parts he won't be able to see.
No. Driving blind
Yeah.
and getting all mouthy.
Oh,
Swearing a lot. Mouthy
geez, he
Sonoda.
blames everyone for how shit he is.
Oh, my God.
If anyone's near him, he's blaming them.
He's blaming everyone, isn't he?
He's got like you know how you've got like impact detection on your modern road cars?
Yes.
He's got blame detection.
Yep.
So when he goes into a corner, he knows if there's a car nearby, he knows who to blame.
Yeah.
And the FIA, double standards.
Mm.
Lando Norris
No.
tried to go in a pit lane. He fucked it.
Yep.
He went back on track. Even Lando said, I'll probably get a penalty for that.
Mm.
He didn't.
How's
Didn't get a
that?
time penalty.
How's that?
That's not fair. The Raikkonen's had it. Some other useless twat who can't make it this year has missed the ball as well.
Lewis has had it?
Lewis has had it.
Yep.
But they didn't give it to him.
No.
Not one.
That's just weird.
He was expecting it. Raikkonen said it's not fair. Alonso came out and said it's not fair. Didn't really bother Alonso where he finished because he was behind him.
Mm.
But for a team like Alfa Romeo who's fighting with Williams, every point matters to them.
Yep.
So, double standards. Keep it the same. But for some honourable mentions, Kimi Raikkonen, great drive from finish P8. Probably should have got Norris's P7 if they did give him that penalty.
Yep.
Sainz kept his nose clean, had the leads, drove well until graining kicked in, and even with rainy conditions, he makes the right call at the right time.
Yes.
Keeping P3. The Fonz, Fernando Alonso sitting P3 at a point, fighting with Perez in worsting conditions, and a few laps to go, he finishes P6, Perez P9.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Perez? Backwards, that's where you're going. He said it was his greatest drive since his return to Formula One. I agree. Verstappen, as much as we hate him, P2. P2 from the back. Rain gave him a chance to climb up and minimise the deficit. He was P7 when the drizzle hit, pitted at the right time and came out 2 points behind the douche canoe in the championship. He did well.
Yep.
Hamilton inherited the lead thanks to his team insisting on the right call to put him on inters. He couldn't seem to get past in the dry. But a great race from the 7-time world champion. Norris, fuck me.
Oh,
What bad luck.
Shocking.
Bad calls. I'd love to be a McLaren team member who sits outside the track. They hire people
Yep.
to sit on the extremities of the track to go, is it raining where you are? Is it raining where you are? And clearly McLaren doesn't have this. And I will put my hand up. I will sit 2 kilometres from the track. And whichever direction you want me to be, I'll sit out there and I'll do my part for the team.
it's a good job.
And I'll go, listen, my bald head is
Yep.
finding moisture.
Yep.
And I'm up near turn 8.
Yep.
Maybe it's raining. It's coming.
It's a reliable paycheck, Luke, and you can, borrow some good money to buy a house with.
Maybe.
It's a good job.
Yeah. That could be the
Comes with perks.
rain detector.
Yep.
Get free waters.
Yep.
Get my own chair.
Yep.
Wear some papaya. I
Yep.
think I'd look good in papaya.
Very good. It suits you.
But yeah, fuck that. Drove perfectly, lost the lead, but stuck to Signs until Signs tyres grained. Made a move for the lead. None of this sit back bullshit. Manage the gap. Keep the tyres in good condition when Lewis. No, did a great job. Great job,
Yep.
Lando
Yep.
Norris.
Yep.
Took an extra point for fast up as well. The battle was real as it was in Monza. Unfortunate for McLaren. Yes, that's
That's a good wrap.
my
That
rant.
is that's Luke's rant.
Honourable and dishonourable mentions.
I like to call it Luke's rant.
Luke's rant.
I like honourable and dishonourable, but I think Luke's rant is just catchier.
Luke's rant.
Yeah,
All right.
Luke's rant is just catchy. Because therefore, you can do your honourable and your dishonourable. You can, take a piss out of everyone or compliment someone because it's just a rant. It's very generic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luke. Awesome. Oh, it's time now to preview the Turkish GP, Luke. And hey, presto, it's time to get out of our clothes, Luke.
Oh,
It's time to get naked. We like to do that on this podcast.
it's getting warm here. I'm quite happy to be naked.
Yep, it's
But-
very warm.
I have to get in my costume.
As is tradition, here at FE1 Podcast, we like to celebrate. We like to celebrate the customs, the peoples, the traditions of the host race as part of our tip of the cap to the country that are hosting us and looking after us and feeding us and putting on such a wonderful Formula One Grand Prix.
And this weekend it's Turkey.
It's Turkey, the land of the Turks, Luke. And, wow, what do you think of when you think of Turkey?
I think of maybe some roast potatoes, peas on the side, some stuffing.
Oh, I see. That kind of turkey. Ah, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble. Well, this is a different kind of turkey, Luke, and Peter has been very efficient this week. He's been whittling and sewing. He's been on the sewing machine. He's come up with a couple of lovely native costumes for us to wear while we're doing the podcast because it makes sense to get dressed up during a podcast. Who wouldn't want to see that or hear that? Because you don't get to see us.
So you're wearing something somewhat revealing?
I will just get into it now, Luke. I'll just slip into it now. Whoa, there we go. Yep. Ah, it's tight. Very nice. I'm wearing a traditional belly dancing costume.
Oh. And you didn't blackface this week. But
No,
you
I did
You
not.
black-bellied.
I black bellied. My belly's black and it's large.
I think that's fine.
It's I quite like it. I like the way it feels, the way it moves.
You have good moves in those.
Thank you.
I can see you doing the
And-
wave with your stomach.
Thank you very much. And you, sir,
I think there's been a
why don't you jump into your costume?
bit of...
That can't be right. What is that? What are you wearing?
Peter!
Peter! Producer Pete, what have you done? He's stuffed up.
Stupid idiot.
What's he done? He's got the wrong bloody outfit. You're wearing a giant turkey suit. You're dressed as a giant Christmas turkey. Luke!
Well, Thanksgiving's coming up. I suppose I could wear it for that.
Oh, you look delicious.
I have a big breast.
A big-breasted turkey suit. Wow.
Oh, it comes with stuffing.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a bit moist. How's it feel when sitting inside the stuffing?
Crispy. Yeah, I think I'm overcooked, a bit dry.
Oh, nothing better than getting dressed up for a podcast, Luke. Congratulations.
Even if you're sitting there looking like a turkey.
Yep, and you are that. Definitely looking like a turkey today. Let's have a look at, while we're sitting in our costumes, the racetrack, Luke. How's the track? You said it was undulating.
It is.
A long track in comparison to others?
It is. It's a 5.338 kilometre track. There'll be 58 laps of the Istanbul Park track. 309.396 kilometre distance. Lap record from Juan Pablo Montoya. One of my favourite Formula One drivers. 2005 with a 1 minute 24.770. There's 2 DRS zones. It's a great race on a slippery resurfaced track last year. And they are expecting a bit of moisture.
Oh, get out.
Saturday and Sunday.
Holy shit.
May not be, rain all the time, but there will be showers over the Saturday and Sunday. Hopefully it happens for the race. I want to see if this track has got any slipperier or if it's gripped up.
Ooh.
I don't know how often they race at the Istanbul Park circuit. The tyres this weekend is C2, C3, C4, so the middle compounds of the 5 that Pirelli have. Last year's winner was Hamilton from Perez and Vettel. The pole last year happened in the wet and was done by Daddy Boy Stroll.
Oh, Daddy Boy
1
Stroll.
minute 47.765 in the rain. There might be another wet qualifying this year, and I hope it is. Rain definitely spices things up a bit, and especially this slippery track as it was last year.
Yep.
After it was resurfaced, but we'll see how it goes this year. It still looks a bit green in areas. Not a lot of rubber down, but as these practice sessions happen today, they will get some more rubber down.
Any Turkish drivers ever competed in a Formula One race or an F2 race or an F3 race?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that
no
I'm-
Turkish
no.
names come to mind.
What about other host nations that have they had? Can you imagine Dubai or the Emirates? Have they had a race car driver in any of the formulas?
There has been. I think he drives for the United Arab Emirates.
Okay.
I think he was driving in IndyCar. I think it's Ed Jones.
Yeah, right. Interesting. Just
You're
for some
testing
reason.
my knowledge here.
Yeah, I thought I might do that. Interesting to sort of see how many of the host races have never had a driver.
Yes, Dubai.
Okay.
Ed Jones.
There you go.
He actually follows us on Instagram.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he?
Speaking of, you know who checked out my Instagram story?
Really? Really, Luke?
Really?
Mark Webber
Mark
is
Webber?
following you.
Not following me. He just looked at my story.
He just looked at your story.
So I mentioned him on a book I just bought, and he checked out my story, and then he only looked at 2. I was like, fair enough, that's good. And then later on, he checked out my 3rd one, me doing box jumps at the gym.
How about that?
Yeah, creep.
Yeah, very creepy.
Wasn't good enough just checking me out once. You want to check me out again?
Bloody hell.
Weirdo.
What a weirdo. Well, let's check out some times. When can we expect to be watching this race on the east coast of Australia, Luke?
So the East Coast, there's mixed time zones now. Producer Pete welcomes. He's back
Producer
in his.
Pete's
He's
here.
wearing the Lewis Hamilton skirt.
Producer Peach has turned up. I thought he was producing his show from the top, but
Yeah,
he's just
he's-
turned up halfway through it.
Yeah, he was dressing up for the podcast.
He looks good in a kilt.
He does.
Got lovely legs for it. Short legs.
Short.
Little stumps.
No, he's got strong legs.
Very strong.
Makes his upper body look small.
Yes.
So the race times: New Zealand 1 a.m., Queensland 10 p.m. Now I've said Queensland, not East Coast, because we have daylight savings.
10. That's fantastic.
Yeah, New South Wales. So Victoria, New South Wales, Tasmania 11 p.m., West Australian 8 p.m., Ho Chi Minh 7 p.m., Kathmandu. If you're up on Everest and you're like, I want to watch the race, what
Yep.
time can I watch it? 5:45 p.m. An odd time. I don't know who does
Wow.
3/4 hour time, but
That's weird. You just mentioned 2 cities that I've been to. Ho Chi Minh City and Kathmandu. Back to back. I've been to those
I
2.
have pants from Kathmandu. That's about it.
Perfect.
Damascus,
Never
3
been
p.m.
there.
Finland,
Nope.
same timeline
There you go.
as Damascus. So Damascus.
Yeah.
Pete's from Damascus. Stockholm, 2 p.m. London, Lisbon, and Timbuktu, 1 p.m.
Wow.
East Coast United States, 8 a.m. Chicago, 7 a.m. Denver, 6 a.m. West Coast United States, 5 a.m. Those are the race times. I have some news.
Oh, please.
Would you like to hear some F1 news?
I'd love some news. What's hot? Hot
So
off the press.
I've already told you about the doc and the doc driver.
Yep.
They'd saved Romain Grosjean. They were the first at the scene. I think Grosjean had done most of the work.
Yep.
Personally, I think the marshal there who got rid of a bit of the fire around him, that certainly helped. They had they're trying new gloves this weekend. So the first practice, a handful of drivers were selected to try the new gloves
Right.
to see if they were still flexible, see if drivers still have the feel
Yep.
in these gloves. They have better fire protection because the majority of his injuries were his burns on his hands,
Yep.
Grosjean. So they're just trialling these new gloves. I would actually prefer to see the drivers in oven mitts.
Oh, that's nice. That's a great
Personally,
idea.
they'd get used to it in
Yeah.
a bit. And when they get out of the car, they can quickly take the cookies out
Perfect.
of the oven,
Yep.
not worry about burning their hands.
Clever.
So I think oven mitts could be a way to go. Definitely fireproof. So that's a
That's a
good
great idea.
I applied for the doctor position
Yes.
to replace Dr. Ian Roberts.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the 3 weeks I did spend at the Nerang Gynecology Clinic wasn't enough experience.
Was it enough experience?
No. I said if I had 4 weeks, I probably would have had a chance.
Yeah. That 3 weeks of
Just wasn't enough.
looking at random vaginas is not enough to qualify for a Formula One.
And I didn't touch him.
No, just
Just looked and took a
smell,
couple photos. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trialing a new smell-o-vision.
Yeah. Look, I think you're bringing some great ideas to the table. This is another idea for making Formula One great again, which is what we have historically always done, brought wonderful ideas to the table. To be fair, you've brought 99% of the great ideas.
Could we even, how Robert's doing the quick sneaky COVID test?
Mm.
If we trained Robert enough, he could also do a quick little prostate check.
That is a good idea.
Just to check the date health of some of our F1
Well,
heroes.
it is the number one killer of men under the age of 50. So
That and suicide.
that and suicide, Luke. Yes, you're right. Maybe you could do a little suicide test. Maybe there's another test he could perform. maybe during the pit stop he could interview them and just
Talk to Lando after his race.
right. Yeah.
Do you feel like
That-
committing suicide? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Because if I was you, I probably would.
You
That's
talk
a-
him into it.
Yeah. Could someone talk him into it? Is that a thing?
No, not Lando. He's good. Mazepin.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you meant. No, I wasn't meaning Lando. I didn't know you said Lando.
Yeah,
sorry.
Because he had a bad race, he thought he might feel bad
Oh yes,
for what
no,
happened.
no. No, well, he'll talk him round. He'll talk him back.
Yeah, yeah.
But you could do that during the pit stop. That's the thing. I mean, okay, so you've got the two doctor checks. You've got the one hole
Yep.
for the COVID test. They go straight in. Okay, so the car goes up on the hoist. There goes your finger in the date. All right, has a sniff. Nah, you're all clear. You're fine.
Your prostate's
The prostate. Okay, there's another
Same hole.
same.
Did you just do a quick feel around?
Yeah.
Can you feel any polyps?
Yeah.
Pull out.
So yeah, it's a polyp.
Have a
the
taste
sniff,
for
Have a
COVID.
taste. There's a double test.
And then
Then
the suicide test.
the suicide test.
You just reach in front of the cockpit.
Yeah.
Give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, do you go up, sideways, or down?
And then the driver's like, they have to do a quick test.
Yep.
And if they sort of give you like a halfway or a down, then you
Pull the
stop
pin.
the car.
You pull the pin.
Sorry, guys. He
Nah.
could just be driving straight into a wall.
He's unwell.
Did you know they should have tested Romain Grosjean before that Bahrain Grand Prix?
Yep. They bloody.
He had a death wish. Drove straight into a wall.
If this F1 podcast idea to make Formula One great again was in place when Romain Grosjean hit the wall,
He would have given us a thumbs down
different. He would not be doing Indy.
at the start of the race.
He would not be kicking button Indy right now because he bloody well
He
is.
sure is. He's now got to drive with Andretti Autosport.
I know.
With a DHL. Taking
Hey?
Ryan Hunter Ray's seat.
Yeah,
An American.
I know.
A Frenchie's
He's
in there.
bloody good. He's
job,
bloody
Grosjean.
good.
Good job, Grosjean. And Ericsson. He did a great job.
I know. Well, it's
The
easy
fucking
to win.
Stay-at-home Viking.
Let's be honest. Indy is not a challenge
Indy-
for a Formula One driver.
Indy
Luke.
is a closer category.
Yes.
These are the same make cars, have different engines, but everything else is sort of a spec series. So the drivers, the cream rises to the top.
True.
Unlike you may only
But
have.
why is it, Luke, that you can only go one way? Why can you only go to Formula One to Indy to be successful? You can never go from Indy to Formula One.
There's really
What
only
is-
a couple
You're just
of fellas.
driving a bloody car. If you're a good car driver, surely that must transfer.
The thing is, the last time it was Sebastian Bourdais came over,
Mm.
didn't do very well against Sebastian Vettel, who then went on to win 4 world championships.
Yeah.
Give Bourdais a break. He won 4 championships in kart before he went over. But there was guys like Jacques Villeneuve. He went from Indy or kart over to Formula One,
Yep.
won a world championship, won Montoya, won many races. He was a Champ Car champion, Indy 500 winner. Was won Indy 500 a couple of times. talented man, can
Yep.
do the switch, but for some reason they've just stopped hiring from the States. They've
It
just gone, no,
seems-
we don't care anymore.
Seems weird.
A lot of us F1 drivers have gone the other way, gone over to IndyCar and done really well. Takuma Sato's won a couple of Indy 500s.
So why is Formula One not looking at that as a pool of talent?
I don't know why.
Well, you know what they're not doing also is they're not looking at F2 for a pool of talent. How many did they pick up last year? They picked up, 3, 4 drivers in 1 year.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're going to ignore the best driver in Formula 2 this coming year?
Leclerc has said that he backs Piastri for Formula One.
Of course he does. He's the best driver. He is the greatest young talent since Leclerc won the 3
Russell.
and Russell both won
Van Dorn.
F3, F2 back to back.
And
He misses out. Piastri misses out.
The unfortunate thing is Leclerc doesn't own a team. So for him saying, you're doing a good job, don't get you in a fucking car.
But you know what it is? It's because he's Australian. If he was, I mean, this would not happen with Charles or George Russell, because he's a Brit.
Yeah.
So if he wins, F3, F2, he's going to go straight into F1. If he's an Australian guy without any money, but he's clearly the best driver since those two,
He's under the Alpine, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the money that.
and they're going to promote that Chinese
Guan Yu
kid
Zhou.
who's like 35 and he's been in F2 for 20 years just because he's Chinese.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Get the best. Formula One needs the best drivers. We don't want shitty sons of billionaires. We don't want old washed up F2 drivers that are sitting around just because you're Chinese and you might increase the popularity of the sport in the country. We want to see the best bloody drivers in the sport. Sorry.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Thank you, Luke. This is the first time we've ever agreed on something.
Probably.
Yep.
Well, we both hate Max Verstappen.
We've always got that.
We'll always have
Always
our
have
hatred of Max.
This hatred of Max Verstappen.
Petulant little
Fucking
shit.
douche.
What else do we have? New Red Bull Racing livery. It's white. I like it.
I do. Yeah,
But
it's good.
we all know it'll just get dirty. Whenever you want to, you like a shirt and you say to your mum, "Oh, I really like that shirt. It's white. I'll just get dirty."
Dirty.
Everything else gets dirty as well, you dickhead. That's why
Yep.
you wash it. Anyway, Hamilton. He turned up to the Turkish Grand Prix in a big dress, and he says it's easy to douche with. Confirms he doesn't wear underwear under his skirt, and hopes people will open their mind. Then people will be who they want to be.
Okay.
Now, I said Max wouldn't win a championship
Yep.
because he's a petulant little shit.
Yep.
And Lewis won't win an 8th. Now, at some point in this year,
You're going to be wrong somewhere.
I'm going to be wrong, but I think I'm going to be right. The way Lewis is going, Lewis will transition to become Luis.
Aha. It'll be the first female.
That's right,
driver
World
to
Championship,
win a
and I
world-
fully support this.
And it's about bloody time we had a woman
Not
driving
only
a
will
Formula
we
1
have
car.
a woman, we'll have a black woman.
And a very good driver.
Imagine the sass he'll give you on the podium. I look forward to it. Luis
Yeah.
winning the World Championship, his first World Championship as a female.
Yep.
And I fully support this because that'll mean I'm right. Because Lewis won't win his 8th.
This is the only way you can be right. If the transition is complete by the
I mean,
end
I've
of
seen
the
him
year.
riding around a girl's bike when he was in Jamaica, and I've seen him in a dress now.
He's comfortable with his sexuality, Luke.
And I'm all for that. Tackle
Absolutely.
out. Do what you need to do. Get
Absolutely.
the snip, whatever makes you happy, but do it this year. Do not delay, and I hope you win the World Championship.
Because otherwise, Luke will have a fair amount of egg on the face, and we don't want that to happen. So, Hamilton, if you wouldn't mind, hurry up with the transition, please.
Please.
Book yourself in. We know a good gynecologist.
Oh, no, he's friends with, what's his face?
What? Who?
Sorry. He's friends with what's her face? Fuck. Friends with what's her face?
Well, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Very good, Luke. Very good.
So where did you? Yeah, maybe a DIY kit.
Oh, God. Oh, that's very wrong. That's what I love about this podcast. It's so very, very
Now,
wrong.
if you haven't vomited yet,
That puke-free guarantee,
yes,
we need to retract that right now. Retract it because there's a lot of vomiting going on around. Well, let's not oversell it. There's not that many people still listening to this podcast.
oh God, no.
I can't imagine
probably 7.
if you are listening to this right now that you're still here. So therefore, the puke-free guarantee, we don't really care.
The people who do listen,
Yes.
the handful of them,
Yep.
we had a whole big influx of different countries coming
We
in.
did.
In the last podcast, thanks to you fucking turning up.
What? Did we get some numbers, did we?
We did.
We did not.
We had some different countries as well.
What kind of countries,
And we
Luke?
had a good 100% user retention. They were happy to listen to our bullshit for the whole time.
Were they
We
sweet-smelling
couldn't
countries?
dissuade them from the intro.
We're trying to get rid of them, Luke. It's not working. We need to try.
We're going to start getting sponsors
We
soon.
need to try harder. No, God, no. We will.
Fuck them. Bunch of cunts.
That's-
Stop listening.
We will not ever have a sponsor on this podcast. Like, we'll never be
Not
that.
one that's worthwhile.
If it gets
Not one
the-
that has,
No,
morals.
no, correct. If it gets to the point where we're going to be sponsored, if someone approaches us for sponsorship, we're quitting.
We'll have to get the suicide test.
Correct. We'll get Robert Kubica to give us a suicide test, and he'll say, "Sorry, these guys are incapable of continuing the podcast."
We can't podcast any further.
That's it. Pull the pin, and the pin will be pulled on your mic and my mic.
we don't want pin pulled.
No,
Not in this podcast.
no.
Never see you again.
Never. Okay, so we need to talk to Toto.
Are we going to talk to Sebastian?
Oh, Sebastian.
Vettel.
Sebastian Vettel. Yes, 4 Mil champion. Oh, let's talk to him. He's great. I love Sebastian. Let's see what he's been up to. I'm sure it's like lots of blokey stuff, doing lots of,
Building.
manly stuff. Let's find
Manufacturing.
out. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Me, Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion. Whatever. Oh, God.
Sebastian?
Oh.
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm just wearing my new chiffon. I've got a new clothing range. Look, have you seen?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's called Sassy with Sebastian, and it's a lot of flowy.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, whatever. Get over it.
What's the price range of most of your...
Very dear. Look, it's very expensive.
Could I get some kind of dick pic discount?
You cannot surely even afford to pay for, well, a sock or a glove.
Is that all you sell, socks and gloves?
Mostly socks and gloves for the man who likes to expel his man juice.
Because you don't want any man wearing other clothes other than gloves and socks.
Just a cock and a sock. Yeah, it's quite exclusive. It's gonna be, it was a big in Harads.
It's kind of one of those stores that you would have maybe just 2 things in the window
Yeah.
and then just a whole vacant space of mirrors and loud music.
Yes, that's right. Look, yeah, we got the male model. Probably use a real model. I have to find them. Well, I have to find them myself because it's hard. You can't trust your assistants anymore. Sometimes you need to go out. I go to the Vanway. I like to go to the Vanway and I like to handpick the talent. So I'll say, oh, Jesus, look at that Brazilian guy. Gosh.
And they will stand in the store
You're coming with me, Ricardo.
overnight
Yeah.
and they just have to stand there
Yeah. I'll get a
with
little,
the socks
correct.
and the gloves.
Right, now-
Nothing else.
You're from Brazil, right? Okay, now, yeah, that's like a third world country, like whatever. So you can stand here and, yeah, you take your shirt off. Great. Pants. Wow. Now, here's a sock. Put that on top of your penis and stand there for 12 hours. I'll be back in the morning, okay?
Does the sock have some kind of lining inside that you can, 12 hours is a long time. A man might need to use the restroom.
Fuck him. I don't, you have
You
to
don't
hold
pay him to piss.
No. He's getting paid a couple of dollars per hour to stand in
big
the
money in
window.
Brazil.
Big money in Brazil, sure, yeah, whatever.
And you need to move those socks.
Correct. So it's not a job that I want to do. It's just that it needs.
It's a
to
passion
be.
project.
It's a passion. Thank you, Luke. Thank you.
I understand.
Yeah. So I'm pretty busy, and the range is going gangbusters.
Really?
Und gang booster.
What's your target market?
Oh,
People with hands, people with feet?
yeah. Anyone who has a cock.
Oh, a cock
and
as well.
And a foot and a hand.
Sorry, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, sorry about that. Has she not got a... No, it's gone. No snippy
gone.
snips. Yeah, sure,
Just
whatever.
got rid of it.
So is she gay or is she heterosexual?
She's Caitlyn, mate. She does whatever she
Because
wants.
if she's sleeping with a guy, she's heterosexual, yeah? Because she's a girl. I'm so confused. And if
Are
she's...
you considering?
But if she's sleeping with a girl, she's gay. I'm so confused.
I don't know. I just think Caitlyn's Caitlyn, and she
I
does
just-
whatever she wants.
I'm just fucking over the whole LGBTQTI. I just don't know which... Look, I'm straight. You know that. I'm just straight. I'm the straightest guy you know in the world.
Can
okay?
you say that again?
I am.
Convincingly.
Look. Come on. You know that I'm married. I have children. Oh my God.
So
I've
does
got-
Michael Jackson.
Please, look. Come on. What is happening here? I'm Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion, okay? I have 3 kids, 3 beautiful children.
There's nothing wrong with being gay, Sebastian.
What's the fucking names again? Lil Alonso, Lil Shumi, and Lil Dan Ricardo.
Oh, really?
I got up as a sentence because I'm not entirely sure.
No, because his surname actually has a question mark at the end.
Yeah, that by mistake I put that down.
Yeah, and now that's on the birth
I'm
certificate.
married to a woman, Heidi.
Heidi.
You know Heidi? She's a great lady.
She's a big lady.
She's very strong,
Very strong.
very tough.
Competes in strongman competition. I mean, strongwoman competition.
Weightlifter. Yeah, she likes to play racquetball.
She's got 5 o'clock shadow.
Lots of facial hair. And
you're in love.
the largest clitoris that looks almost like a penis. It's just uncanny. It's just weird. In fact, her is
Big
big as
clit girls need
looks
love
larger
too.
than my penis, and I have a big penis. Anyway, look, this has been great. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Big fan. Please check out I'm going to give you my own personalized glove for you to wear and a sock.
No glove, no love.
Yeah, thank you, Luke. Thanks, guys. Catch you later. Bye. Okay, bye. Sebastian Vettel.
Whoa.
Wow.
I don't know how he's selling socks and
So many levels of wrong.
gloves.
So much wrong with that guy. I don't know where to start. I don't think we should
I
have
hope
him on the
anyone from our LGBTQ community doesn't leave the listing of this podcast because of
The problem is straight guys like Sebastian ruining the world and ruining minorities.
We're all about minorities. We are minorities.
We are a minority, Luke.
You
This is the
blackface every-
least listened to podcast in the world.
You couldn't get more minor than our
This
listenership.
podcast is a minority. So if you're listening to this, we are going to create a flag
Oh, really?
for this podcast.
What kind of...
It's gonna. Well, we've got one. It's got a Speckled Jim on it. It's a dirty old cock, fighting cock. Speckled Jim. That's our minority flag. Toto's.
You can read all about it in Adam's Minority Report.
Very good. I like it.
Narang Grand Prix?
Narang Grand Prix, Luke. Do we have an update for the Narang Grand Prix? The big push. We're getting closer to 2022. There's some spots opening up. Melbourne's wavering. Vietnam.
They're trying to change the track to make it better. You don't need to make it better. You just need to go to Narang.
Yep. I don't think Vietnam's happening next year.
Use the words big push.
Big push.
What I've written down here is with a big push.
Big push.
With a big push from local drug lords
Oh, really?
and investments in Narang Grand Prix. We have renamed the Weber Corner, which leads into the fast food section. We have renamed the Weber Corner into Kevin's Crack Corner.
Oh, that's
Kevin is a big businessman when it comes to the cocaine and crack dealership
Yes.
in the Narang region. They don't do a lot of coke. It's too expensive for a lot of people there, but people from Surfers Paradise to the region of Gold Coast will come in, get Kevin's cocaine
Yep.
and take it back to their houses.
makes sense.
He's a shrewd businessman that has been selling all types of drug paraphernalia for 25 years, a quarter of a decade. The man is a smart man. He sees a big opportunity with having the name Kevin's Crack Corner. It's actually where he sells crack as well.
Yep.
And it leads to the fast food section. So if you get a little bit hungry, just straight into that. He just sees that idea.
Opportunities. Oh, that's so clever.
So he's given us a wad of cash to rename the Weber Corner.
Are we taking it?
I've taken it.
We've
I've
taken
spent it already.
We've spent it, have we?
Yes.
What did you spend it on?
I spent it on a memorial
Good.
for
Yeah,
Speckled Jim.
for spec. Good. Now that's money well spent.
It's a large pewter cock
Yeah, pewter cock.
that we're going to put in the middle of the Narang Grand Prix precinct.
Yep.
And people will pay homage
Yes.
to our giant cock.
Yep.
And
You've got to
they
when you
put
come in, you've got to
flowers.
touch the cock on the way through.
You got to rub it a little bit.
Give the cock a rub.
If you rub it a little bit the right way, there will be a little bit of
It makes a noise. A
and a little bit of
little
something
bit of
comes out.
shoots out. Bit of
From the-
cream.
yeah,
Bit of cock cream.
yeah. It's sunscreen.
Sunscreen cock cream.
We're very sun
Well,
smart
yeah, but
here at the.
That's a great way to dispense sunscreen within the crowd, in case you've forgotten.
Now, this is just another idea for merch.
Brilliant.
You know,
Brilliant.
a giant cock sunscreen dispenser.
Yep, give it
You
a little...
stroke it.
Give the cock a stroke and outspit some sunscreen right in your face.
See, this is how we're making money.
Yep.
To fund
And
this
it's
shit show.
entertaining. It's also entertaining, Luke, and that's what Formula One is about. It's about entertaining. We forget that sometimes.
We do. Consistently, we forget to entertain. We sit here after the podcast and go, "Well, we entertained."
Was that entertaining?
We forgot to do that.
Would you sit there for an hour and listen to this? We laugh. We laugh and we laugh. There's a million things I just thought of just then that I'd rather listen to.
Sounds of a library.
Sounds of a library.
Love
I
listening
love
to
that
that.
podcast. I love that podcast.
More downloads than us.
That's true. But it's also more entertaining than us, Luke.
Goes without saying.
It's a given.
We're gonna speak to Toto. I think?
Yeah, Toto Wolff. Oh, yeah, he's on... Dan Ricciardo's on the show.
He's coming up. He's coming up.
Dan Ricciardo's on the show, Luke.
Oh, nearly forgot about it.
He's on hold. We'll get to him in 2 seconds. First, it's Toto Wolff. Toto, can you hear us? Thanks for joining us on F1 Podcast. We really appreciate it, Toto.
Yes, welcome.
Oh.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. We weren't sure if we had you. I know you're very busy with the practice session at the moment at the Turkish Grand Prix. Very busy. You're looking good. Hamilton's first in P2 at the moment. How did you feel after last week? Must have been pretty pumped.
I was very excited. Unfortunately, Lewis will be taking a 10-grid penalty spot this week. We changed an engine. He's on to his fourth, so he will be starting 10 places back. But so far, he's been very strong, leading from practice 1 and going into practice 2 at the moment.
Right. Is this a necessity change that you're making, or is this a tactical change? Do you see this as the best opportunity to make some ground? Is it a track that you can overtake on quite easily?
Definitely, we can overtake. Lewis's expertise in overtaking. He's overtaken more people than ever has been. He overtakes everyone anywhere.
Yep.
The unfortunate thing is we didn't really keep Max. We couldn't really control Max. We thought, he might have a really bad Grand Prix coming back from last.
Yeah.
He unfortunately finished second. So we couldn't really capitalize and make a big gap. So when we give him this new engine, unfortunately, he will be fighting his way back through, and hopefully Leclerc or Bottas can really take the fight. And maybe if the McLarens pull their finger out this weekend as well, they could keep Max from winning a Grand Prix.
It certainly puts the pressure on after Max's performance at Sochi to come from last to second. If Hamilton isn't able to do that with a 10-grid penalty, if he can't make it to second spot, doesn't look great, does it?
No, it doesn't. We want to keep the World Championship lead. Maybe if Bottas can do his beautiful things of getting on pole position, it'd be a little bit wet and maybe just accidentally understeer into Max Verstappen, like what happened in Hungary.
Yeah.
That's what we're planning and hoping for, that Lewis can kind of come through. We thought we want to keep Lewis away from the carnage that Valtteri will create. And then Lewis can just sort of slew his way past the broken carbon fiber and shattered dreams of Max Verstappen.
Yeah, that would be nice. There's not that many people barracking for Max Verstappen, so F1 Podcast is fully supportive of your quest for an 8th and Hamilton's. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck. And thank you for joining us on F1 Podcast.
Thank you, Adam.
Will you be hitting the gym now? And
listen, I had a word with Luke just before the podcast.
Yeah.
And he said to me that you were making some kind of crack joke about having a man's scrotum in front of your face while you're exercising. You think it might be a little bit gay.
No, sir. No.
Or you don't take COVID seriously.
Oh, no, not at all.
If you can think of a better way to protect my face.
I just wasn't sure that was actually...
I think you need to try it.
Okay, yep.
Next time you're at the gym.
Sure. Will you help me? Will you...
I will send someone for you.
Okay.
In Australia, so that's where you are.
And what do I do? Just lie back?
You lie back as you're doing a bench press.
Yes.
And we will have a spotter just being over you. His nutsack will be within inches. Not only does the smell of the vinegar from the balls will keep you awake and alert and will be pushing for more reps, but also it will keep any COVID from possibly coming inside you.
Will there be a chance? Will there be a chance?
It won't come inside you.
No. I hope not. Will he be a big man? Is he a big hairy man?
He will be.
Will he be well groomed in the downstairs department?
No, he's what we would consider a hobbit. He's a large, hairy man.
But a little leg, so they'll be right pressed against my.
We got to make sure
Forehead.
that it's close.
Yep,
We don't want COVID to get inside.
right.
We don't want it to hurt you. We
Yeah.
don't want you to get sick.
fair enough. Is this doctor approved? Is this like FDA? Is this like scientific?
This is Toto approved.
Yep, that's fair enough.
How many world championships have we won?
You've won
Because of
7.
the Toto approval.
Yep.
You need to know the Toto approval.
Yes. Good. Will there be a chance that I might accidentally inhale some ball sack?
It might, Lou, you might inhale pubes.
Yep.
But I see pubes as a way of further filtering the process of any COVID or any particles in the air.
All right. When are you setting this guy over?
You'll be over on Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Toto. I look forward to meeting him. Have a
He's
great
a lovely man.
have a great day. Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh God. That's Toto.
Well, you shouldn't make fun of... I'm sorry I
Jesus.
threw you under the bus there, but...
Oh no. Thanks a lot, Luke. Now I'm going to inhale some fucking big guy's cock and scrotum.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. I had worse things in my mouth. Well, it's time to go, Luke. Unfortunately, we have to put on hold. Dan,
Oh, he's just jumped in the car. We
Bugger.
podcasted
we
too
just
long.
missed him. We just missed him.
He's now into practice too.
He pretty much missed the entire practice 2 session waiting for us to get to him. But he decided to jump in the car for the last
Like, I
couple of
won't
minutes.
listen to my tunes. I won't do my skipping exercises. I'm
No.
just going to wait for these boys. And, you know, Toto, you get on to Sebastian.
Yeah.
You kind of talk a little bit with Robert Kubica. But yeah, what we do have, what we don't have at Daniel Ricciardo, we do have a lovely spread.
Oh, what
Mum's
it-
provided
wow,
for
Look
us.
at this. Nothing says turkey like a big dirty kebab.
No, there's
And
kebabs.
it looks... kofta.
There's kofta.
Yep.
There's it's called a lamachon,
A lamachon.
yeah, which is a
Oh, I love
which
a
is a
lamachon.
Turkish pizza.
Very good.
Looks more like a crepe if you ask me, but they prefer to say it's the Turkish version of a pizza.
Yum. Baklava.
Heaps of baklava.
Oh, yep.
We've got Mum's made Turkish delight,
Oh, Turkish delight.
but it's not like the Cadbury's Turkish delight. It's not shithouse.
No.
It's actually quite nice.
Yeah, it's
a
not
little
too
powdered.
sweet. Yeah, it's powdered.
That's quite nice.
Yeah, and it's not too sugary. It's not too... Yeah, it's lovely.
Good, really nice. But the Turkish delight from Cadbury Shithouse. There's and of course Turkish bread
Turkish bread.
or pied.
Pied.
Is that what they call it?
Yep, they call it a pied.
Yeah, and that's some of the food
Delicious.
we've
They
got.
do lovely food. They really... The Turks...
Gobble gobble.
Gobble, gobble. They make some lovely food. Let's get into this. And thank you so much, Luke.
Thanks for listening. Get
if-
your tips in.
Yeah, please get your tips in.
Check us out on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
If you rate, review
Oh.
on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen.
Tell people you lasted the whole journey.
Yeah.
That you listened through the whole hour and a half of this.
And listen, if you do suffer from premature ejaculation, listen to this podcast.
Yep.
It will keep you going far longer than you ever thought you could.
There's no way you will...
Don't think of dead kittens. Don't think of your grandma. Think and listen to
This
us.
is-
This will keep you going all night.
possibly the best birth control podcast you'll
and
ever
Nikita
find.
Mazepin's just spun again.
He did, didn't he? So it was the spin. Mazza spin.
He's trying the new aerodynamic flappy wheels by making
Yeah.
a big flat spot in it.
There's a guy that should never mate.
Oh, God.
There's a guy that should never have a baby.
He'll tie him down some way. And
He should listen to this podcast.
he should.
And he'll never want to have sex ever again.
We'll have to do the suicide check afterwards. Thank you, Adam.
Bye-bye.
Bye.